Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. This side Priya Bhatia and again welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we will be talking about the comparison between two amazing chatbots. I know nowadays I hope everyone have used these two chatbots which I'm talking about. One is ChatGPT which is launched by Microsoft and another one is Google Bard which is launched by Google. We'll try to see that with the help of different use cases. I'll try to demonstrate you both of the examples and both of the results that we are getting, and with the help of which at the end of the video you will be able to see that I'm giving you few key points that at what point of time which particular tool is much better to use, right? So without wasting any time, let's get started. So now before moving towards the actual use cases, which I'm going to show you after the discussion, I'm pretty sure that there are so many students who are not from this data science background. So what I will do is, before coming to the actual use case part, I'll try to show you the demonstration that from where it is coming up, ChatGPT, Google Bard, from where it is coming up, what's the background behind that, right? So whenever we are talking about deep learning models, okay, we have two different categories. The very first category that we have is completely based on discriminative models, right? Where the major task is to make the decision boundaries in a way that maybe there are few data points which belongs to class A, there are few data points which belongs to class B. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to create one decision boundary which basically says that above that boundary the data points belongs to the class A, below this all the data points belongs to class B, kind of a classification task that we usually do in discriminative models. Here we are dealing with a supervised, in a way, learning task, right? Supervised learning task. Now, the important thing to understand here is that here we deal with so many amazing concepts, like initially when we explored this concept, CNN, right? We explored towards the concepts of recurrent neural network, RNN. CNN means convolutional neural network. In RNN, then we will be having a lot many concepts of variations of RNN, like LSTM, like I would say GRUs. By LSTM is also there. So let me not mention that because again, it's a variation of LSTM. So what I'm saying is that all these models did a very amazing job in terms of getting the discriminative task to be done. That is making a decision boundary, which basically helps to classify the classes. Now, another category of models is something that is nowadays quite booming after the creation of ChatGPT and Google Bard amazing tools. So that's something which we have as generative models. They will come under the category of generative models. So what is the literal meaning of generative models? As the name itself suggests, that here what we are trying to do is, or our model is trying to generate the data. Given some input text, what I am really looking forward is that my model will be able to generate some context out of the given data. For example, I'll write some sentence and I want that sentence to be autocomplete. Whenever you're writing some mail, you will be able to get some auto suggestions. Whenever you're typing some question in the ChatGPT, you will be able to get some response. Same thing is happening for the Google Bard as well. So all these are the generative models where on the back end, there is something called as large language models which are working on, which in short form you must have heard of LLMs, large language models. Okay, large language models. Now, initially when the concept of language model came into picture, it's nothing but completely based on the probabilistic data structure, where we are trying to predict the next word given the previous words as the features. And everything is based around the bias theorem that we usually study in the probability concepts. Now, whether you're talking about ChatGPT or you're talking about Google Bard, they both are the large language models, which is being trained on a very large corpus. That's why it's called large language model. Now, before that, in generative models, we do have study about something called as, I hope you must have explored the concepts of GANs, generative adversarial networks, right? Or autoencoders, right? These are also the generative models, right? Autoencoders. Now, whenever we're talking about this large language models, we have seen two different models. Basically, the discussion is today about these two models. One is something that we have is ChatGPT. Another one is something that we have is Google Bard, right? Now, whenever we are talking about the ChatGPT or Google Bard, internally, this ChatGPT is being internal algorithm which is working on here is, as you can see in the free version, GPT 3.5 is being working on in the free version, whereas GPT-4, which is again a heavier model as comparable to GPT 3.5, is being there, but it's in a paid version, right? So you will be able to get some better response as comparable to GPT 3.5 because of the model that we are using. The full form of GPT is Generative Pre-trained Transformers. So here, transformer is the state-of-the-art model that is internally being used. Now, I am not going in a very much mathematical side of this particular models, because as of now, this video's purpose is to show you the brief idea about the two models and then explore to you that how basically in terms of use cases they are different, right? Maybe I'll try to create a separate video where that particular video is only for those audience who are very much interested in the research part of the same. But as of now, let's keep it very simple. So here we will be having GPT 3.5 or GPT-4 you will be able to see. Whereas in Google Bard, you will be able to see that there is a model called as Palm 2, which is being working on. Both of them are LLM based models. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about these particular models, LLM models, whether it be ChatGPT or Google Bard, how the complete flow will go. Usually what happens is that a user will write some prompts. Now, many people are confused with this word as well. What is the meaning of prompts? If I will try to explain you in a layman term, prompt means that the message that you're typing on a screen, I'll show you just now. The message that you're typing on a screen, whether it be on a ChatGPT or it be on a Google Bard, this is something that we're talking it as a prompt. So what usually happens is that a user will type some prompt or a message. In layman term, you can call it as a message. Now, this message can be any textual thing that you can type, or you can also upload any of the image and you can ask to generate some other image by zooming in, zooming out, or any other stuff, whatever you are expecting. Now, what will happen? You are passing this prompt to a really amazing tool, which is a large language model, which I am saying it as a LLM, right? So here we have, as of now, our focus is on two amazing tools, as I told you, ChatGPT, or you're passing that same thing on a Google Bard. Just now I will show you everything, okay? Now we are passing the things. Again, as I told you, it's a internally large language models are there. Both of them I have different models working on to give the results. Now, accordingly, whatever be the input we are expecting, we are giving, accordingly we will be able to get some output, and that output, that result will be of any text or any image, or even you will be able to generate the video, or even you will be able to generate the audio, right? So here, this is how basically the complete flow will happen. Now, the important thing is that the better you will write this prompt, the better output you will be able to generate. And that complete study is something which we're calling it as a prompt engineering, where in the better way you will be able to write the message, the more context you will be able to give to the model that actually what you really want to get from it, the better this model, LLM model, will be able to perform and will be able to give you a better result. So in the last live, which I have taken few days back only, you can just check it out. I have mentioned that how basically we will be able to mention a good prompt, right? Whether it be in a ChatGPT or in a Google Bard. Now, what I will do is step by step, I'll try to show you few use cases and we will try to see the response of both of the tools. Okay. Same question, I will tap on my first tool, followed by the second tool. And then we will see that which particular tool is working amazing at what point of time. Let's go ahead. And now, as you can see on my screen, I have both of the screens open. One is the ChatGPT, another one is the Google Bard. Here you can see that the very first question which I'm looking forward is, let's say this is the very first use case with the help of which I'm really want to give you one very amazing insight. Let's say I'm saying that, could you please give me the current value of US dollar in terms of rupee? Okay, I'm asking this question to the ChatGPT because I have taken a paid version as well. So as of now, GPT-4 is working on. So I'm asking this question, could you please give me the current value of US dollar in terms of rupee? Let's enter this. And in the meanwhile, what I will do is I'll try to copy the same question in the Google Bard as well. So can you see the screen? Enter a prompt here. The prompt meaning is that I really want to enter the message here. Now you have to write a prompt in such a way that your model internally will be able to understand actually what you're trying to ask for, right? So let's enter this and let's see what we will be able to get the result. So here, both of the things are working on. Now let's focus on the first result of ChatGPT. What it is saying that I'm sorry, I don't have real-time access to current exchange rates since my last training data only goes up to September 2021. Now that's the saddest part. Until so far, ChatGPT is not fetching up the current real-time data from the Google. It is being trained on a September 2021 dataset, and at any point of time, whenever I am asking some real-time questions with respect to some stock price or anything whichever you can think of in terms of real-time data, it is not able to directly go to the internet and will be able to fetch the values. Whereas if you will talk about in Google Bard, you can see that sure, as of today, September 6, 2023, where the video is being going on, $1 is equal to 83.12 Indian rupees, right? And even if you will see, first thing, it is able to access the real-time data. That's a very beautiful thing as comparable to ChatGPT. Second key important thing is that it is giving me the search related to that. Even if you really want to check it out, the current value of US dollar, you just have to click on this. You will be able to get that it's 83.12, which is exactly given to me by the Google Bard as well, right? So this is the first very crucial difference which you guys must have explored. So this is the very first use case. From this use case number one, what we have feel. So I'm writing the points here to note it down, right? The very first thing, when I'm talking about these tools, ChatGPT versus the Google Bard, the very first key thing which you have seen just now, I have shown you that there is no real-time access to the data, right? To the data. It is limited to September 2021. This is what we have seen. But when I'm talking about Google Bard, here if you will observe, there is a real-time access to the internet or to the data itself, right? There is a real-time access. This is the very first key difference. So with respect to this, if at any point of time you are looking for some real-time data, real-time internet values, at that point of time, obviously in future you will never ever have to go to ChatGPT. Maybe they will make a changes after few days, then it's completely different story altogether. But I'm shooting this video as on September 6th, 2023, and according to that point, I am making this statement that Google Bard is in terms of this is a really amazing tool as comparable to ChatGPT. Now let's move to the second use case. Second use case can be, let's say what I'm looking for is, because I'm a data scientist, I used to do a EDA task a lot. So let's say I'm looking for a EDA of diabetic data. You all know that those at least who are from the data science domain, they know that EDA plays a very important role in a complete data science lifecycle project. So what I will do is I have an option to upload this file. Now, the only, again, drawback is in ChatGPT is that you don't have these kind of upload options when you will not have a paid version. So again, the upload option is available only when you will be having a paid version. So in paid version, you will be able to get extra benefits, which is not available in the free version. But there is no as such thing required as of now in Google Bard. But maybe in future, they will also do the similar thing, because I'm pretty sure this thing will happen very soon. But until today, this is what it is, okay? So what I will do now is, let me try to do the use case now. I'll try to upload the file. Let's say in the downloads, I'll say diabetes.csv, and here I'll try to open it up. Now this is being uploaded. Now what I will do is, I'll try to say that considering the attached file, I'm looking for the complete exploratory data analysis of the diabetes.csv file. Okay. I'm also looking for the complete code and visualizations of the same. Let's say this is what I'm mentioning as the prompt. Okay. Now let it run. Meanwhile, I'll also write the same thing on my Google Bard. Again, I'll try to upload the file. I think because they are saying that upload file is JPG, PNG and WebP. So I don't think that we will be able to upload a CSV file. No. But let me try to write it down in the, because by default also they might have the data set which they can fetch from the Google itself. So let's say I'm writing this ED of the diabetes.csv file, because it's an open source file. Let's see whether it will be able to give me or not. So another thing is that we will not able to upload CSV file here. Okay. But let's see whether we will be able to get the result. Okay, it is giving me few results. This is just the ED that can be done using the file. The specific analysis that you perform will depend on your specific interest and goal. So here what is happening is, yes, it read the file, then give me the info, metrics, describe function, which will be able to give me the description of the stats part, then pair plot, and that's it. Let's go to the ChatGPT. Here, if you will see, this actually gives me a very wonderful result, where firstly, it provides me a heading data overview under which all the columns that I have or the features that I have, it will be able to explain to me. Then the statistics of descriptive stats, it is able to explain to me. Again, if someone is not aware about the fact that what is the literal meaning of descriptive stats, I have already curated a separate playlist about all these stuffs. You can go and check it out by the name of Stats for Data Science, right? Now data cleansing is there, right? It's still going on, and I think a lot many things is coming up. So in terms of getting these tasks done, I think ChatGPT is giving a better result as comparable to the Google Bard. Even I have tried with other stuffs as well to get the task done. Uh, Even for the, because I used to do a lot many DSA based competitive programming questions also. And what I have observed is, I'm telling my experience, that sometimes Google Bard is also giving me a wrong result, completely wrong logic as well. And that's where I have given the feedback also. So in terms of logical writing, let me just write it down. In terms of, let me go to the third important point which I am trying to convey here is, in terms of code writing, whether it's a data science per se EDA, or it's a, I am saying DSA based code, right? DSA based any logic, uh, DSA logics I'm talking about, or in terms of data science based logics, what I have observed is that ChatGPT is working way better. It is performing way better as compared to Google Bard. Okay, this is what I have observed. Do let me know what is your experience says. Whatever things I am saying, is that similar experience you have, or you have something different? I am open to read your thoughts as well. But it is not performing well in this scenario. It is not performing that much better. So not performing well as comparable to ChatGPT. Again, a comparison is happening. So we are comparing these two things as comparable to, obviously, ChatGPT. Okay, let's move to the next important point. See how beautifully we will be able to get the plots. That's an amazing thing in this tool, right? One interesting thing, meanwhile it is again giving me the responses, you can observe that here we have a different amazing options, which definitely I'll use in future if we will be able to get a stronger version of Google Bard model. For example, export to Colab. I genuinely use a lot many times Google Colab only to write the code for data science per se. It's a Colab version is a Jupyter Notebook version in Google Colab, right? Where we have the GPUs already being installed. Already there is a predefined libraries which is already installed. We just need to directly use that. That's the beauty behind Google Colab, another amazing tool by Google. But here you can see that we will be having a different facilities, like we can share, we can export to Docs, another amazing facility. We can draft in Gmail, export to Colab, and many more. Even if, let's say you are writing, let's say you are saying that give me a mail where I really want to write to my manager for a leave of 5 days, let's say. So again, what you can do is you can just directly say to the Google Bard to generate an email. And if it is working perfectly fine, you will be able to get a good result response. In that sense, you will be able to draft it in Gmail and directly you can share it. How easy it is, how convenient it is for the user, right? So these are the beautiful features that I can be able to find out in this Google Bard amazing tool, right? I think still it is going on. Okay, it is coming up. So here you can see that, right? How beautifully it will be able to give me at the very end concluding observations, which you can clearly check it out after the session. But yeah, all in all, the performance given by this code writing part is much better in ChatGPT as comparable to the Google Bard. Let's move to the next important amazing thing. Next amazing prompt is, I used to genuinely use this tool for the LinkedIn post sometimes, both of them actually. For example, if I will say that, give me a LinkedIn post, talking about the release of my new, or you can say latest video about the pivot tables. By the way, I have just now few days back released that video. If you haven't watched it yet, please do watch it. It's a very amazing video for the data analysis per se, where I have used the sales bakery data and I have shown you that how with the help of pivot table, it's really easy without knowing any Excel functions. You will be able to realize that. So that's what I'm saying. Give me a LinkedIn post talking about the release of my latest video about the pivot table in Excel, where I am doing live implementation of bakery sales analysis data, and tell the audience how it is beneficial for the data analysts people. Okay, just let me write like this. Avoid using any buzzwords in the post and make it quite engaging with the audience. Keep the limit of the post to be of, let's say, 200 words. Now, I have mentioned what's the objective is all about, what's the constraint that I have, what's the task that ChatGPT have to perform, and even it would be great if you will mention the, you will define the role as well for the ChatGPT. These 4 components I have already explained in my last live session. You can go and check it out. But yeah, this is how basically you will be able to write a better prompt in the tools. So here you can see, right, because I have mentioned it should be engaging, it should be of 200 words, and don't use any jargon words, any buzzwords. So accordingly, it will be able to give me a post. Exciting news, folks, just dropped a fresh video where I dive into this. So here I am getting a very wonderful post, which you can see according to the given constraints which I have mentioned. Now I'll write the same thing here as well. Let's see what we will be able to get. Okay. So let it run. Now, here you can see, right? What I'm getting is I just release a new video. This. Now, I also show how to use pivot tables to answer specific questions about the data, such as what are top selling products, most popular flavors, and so on. And then it is giving me the few things, then link to a video. This post is this. And here are some additional things which you could add to make it post even more engaging. But here you can see, right? I feel like the ChatGPT's way of writing the post is quite like human being as comparable to the Google Bard, right? Even it is directly using the emoticons when I'm saying it should be engaging, whereas in Google Bard based tool, you are seeing that there is no as such emoticon which they are using, right? Perfect. Again, let's move ahead for the next important use case which I really want to show you. And that is the utility of the plugins that we have. For example, if I'll go to the new chat and if I'll just show you, here we have an option of plugins. In this plugin store, we have so many amazing utilities in this ChatGPT. Again, it's not for a free version. It's available only for a paid version. But still, if after payment, you will be able to get that utility, which is super amazing as comparable to the Google Bard again. Why is that so? For example, few days back only, I have installed one plugin, which is YouTube summaries. Let's say I'll write a prompt that, could you please give me a summary of the attached link YouTube video? And here I'll attach the link of my YouTube video, which summary I am really looking for. Okay. And I'll just click on this. Let's see what we will be able to get here. So it is using the YouTube summaries plugin, which I have just enabled. Now what will happen? It is trying to give me the summary, right? Certainly, here are the key insights from the YouTube video. Key insights are, so here in this video, this is my video only. I'm talking about Skill It, Kill It is one of the amazing novel. And then I'm talking about storytelling skills plays a very important role. In this novel, it is mentioned. The Nikigai, I'm talking about that novel. Rework, I'm talking about that novel. Psychology of Money, again, I'm talking about that novel. So whatever be the novels I was talking about, it is giving me a great idea behind that, a great summary of that. So in this way, these plugins are really, insightful and impactful as well. For the detailed summary, now if I'll just click on this, you will be able to get the video, right? You will be able to get the video as well as whatever be the key insights of this video we will be able to get. That's what you are getting here, right? So in this way, it's not only about this plugin. You can have several plugins. It's just that you have to install that. As I have shown you that, these are the popular one. These are the new one. These are all the plugins that we have, right? And only a single as of now I have installed, but these plugins again plays a very crucial role and will be very impactful in order to get our job done in a very amazing manner. So it's most effective in case of the, I would say Google Bard is not that much effective as comparable to the ChatGPT. So that's what all about in today's session, where we have started our discussion, if you remember, from the difference between the discriminative AI versus generative models, and then explored various use cases. So now I hope that you will be easily able to get the understanding on the very first thing, what is the meaning of a prompt, what is prompt engineering all about. Then we have talked about the difference between discriminative AI versus generative AI, how Google Bard language model is different from the ChatGPT based model, large language model. Afterwards, I have shown you the few use cases where we have seen that how the response of Google Bard is different from the response from ChatGPT, and at what point of time which particular tool is working the best out of it, right? So I hope that this video will give you a great idea behind these two amazing tools. I really want everyone, even though you are not from a AI background, but still you should know that how you can use these tools to get your job done very smartly, very easily, and very effectively, right? I hope that you find this video insightful. If you do, please hit like button. Do share this video with all your friends and do subscribe to my channel. If you have any other thing, any other doubt, any other thought in your head, please do mention in the comment section. I will for sure try to respond to you as soon as possible. With this, happy learning to all. Bye bye everyone, and I'll see you all very soon in the upcoming videos.